Now, how is it that we can believe that a standardized test is what accurately measures student achievement? How can we believe that it measures student growth? That moment when the student's light bulb is finally lit, aha. That moment when a student says, thank you for helping him graduate with a 2.0 GPA. How can we attach a number to that moment when a third grader finally has the ability to write his own name? Who, by the way, has been labeled as a failure for himself, his teacher, and his school. Yet we crave education standardization. We believe we need these high-stakes tests because we eat up the misinformation provided by these companies and policies using a false validity of their testing results. Our testing culture begins in elementary school. Colleagues of mine work with third graders who suffer from anxiety from high-stakes testing. From a one-day, one-shot, 4-hour computer-based test, the future path of a student is set, an academic identity is established, and a message is delivered loud and clear, either you can or you can't make it. And no matter what the teacher tells the student about how good they are or what talents they have, if the student doesn't score well on that high-stakes test, the third graders know exactly what it means and begin to define themselves. And it's starting to happen now in kindergarten. So we continue this barrage of standardized tests, and the students continue failing, and the districts have to continue the next initiatives that can solve the problems. Who is it that manufactures these products? Who creates these solutions? Our supervillain. Private companies like Pearson and McGraw-Hill, who operate off policy and legislation written by nonprofit organizations and lobbying groups like ALEC, the American Legislative Exchange Council. Buy the next textbook, buy the next workbook, buy the next digital software package, the next teacher evaluation system. I have been through 3 Algebra 1 textbooks in 7 years, and still we stick to the standardized tests. Guess who makes those? In this toxic culture, we illogically attempt to compare education to business. We completely ignore the impact of poverty and hunger on student achievement, and we pay no attention to the non-cognitive factors like personal habits and personal values that are the realistic measures and predictors of student achievement. In that way, we can place the blame on the schools and on the teachers to continue the cycle. And because we have a toxic culture of education, the teachers and the schools have accepted this accountability for all students, even those students. We take the blame for a student who can't focus in class because she hasn't eaten since yesterday's lunch. We take the blame for a student who's always in trouble in school because he doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. We take the blame for a student who can't stay awake in class because she spends her nights on a different couch, depending on which friend takes her in. And when these students don't score well, it's about to get worse. The Common Core will do even more damage because of its emphasis on high-stakes testing matched with its myopic standards that are disguised in critical thinking. I've seen my daughter's kindergarten and first grade assignments. This isn't critical thinking. This is developmentally inappropriate rote. You think they can fool me with this stuff? Any education reform that doesn't address high-stakes testing and the non-cognitive factors of true success like character and integrity is a complete waste of time, and it's killing our kids.